Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah, where I scour the internet and I look for situations so I can offer my unsolicited opinion. Today's episode of Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah comes from Miss Manners. I'm loving it. From NJ.com, New Jersey. Pretty sure of that. Miss Manners invited to lunch, then ditched for a phone call. I already don't like it. Let's investigate. Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah, I was invited to lunch by a friend who, partly through the meal, took a phone call. It was an extended conversation. She was seated facing into the restaurant while I was facing only her. I had to sit there and stare straight ahead, waiting for her to complete the conversation. I don't know if you had to. That certainly wasn't your only choice. I can tell you that right now. You chose to. I chose to sit there and stare straight ahead. Right. We all know how it goes. Waiting for her to complete the conversation. Another time, this is a recurring situation? Oh. Another time, I was invited to lunch at a friend's home. She, too, this is a whole different person, took a phone call and had a long conversation as I sat there patiently and awkwardly waiting for her to end the call. Awkwardly? I don't know. What is a proper and courteous response from me in these situations? Shall I just consider that two different friends consider me a dull companion even though they invited me involuntarily? Voluntarily. Because it's just that last part is just so left field. Shall I just consider that two different friends consider me a dull companion even though they invited me voluntarily? Well, talk to me. First of all, I'm remembering. Thank you all for watching. And if you enjoy the video and my content, can you please subscribe to the channel, like the video, definitely comment, and definitely share the video. Now for my response. Well, first of all, I think I've had several friendships where no phones. Several friendships where the request is, while we are engaging, can you not be on your phone? And this is just like text messages, scrolling the internet, reading emails, filling out applications, writing entire theses. This is what people are asking me to not do while we're in each other's company. So a phone call, I'm absolutely certain they would not appreciate a full-fledged phone call. I don't know if they consider you a dull companion. And I do want to talk about the times when they involuntarily invited you somewhere. How did they behave then? Because if this is how they're behaving when they invited you, I also would like to know, just for comparison, how they behave when they're forced to invite you. When they're, what is the forced invitation called? When they demand? Well, I don't know. The demand would be from them. I don't know what that's called, but is that a thing? What is it called? I know that's a thing. I know that occurs to people, but what is it called when it's obligatory on their part, though? They have to invite you, kind of, because you said it. or like, there's plenty of social situations where it's like, oh, you have to invite, but even though you don't like this person, you know, social situations. But this is very easily resolved by a conversation with both individuals separately. Hey, Qadriyyah, well, first of all, some of this can be assuaged or assuaged. I don't know what the right word is, because I think I've only seen it in, written, but some of this can be resolved by a shift in your own attitude. So you don't have, you absolutely do not have to sit there and just stare at the person on the phone while they're on the phone and do nothing else. First of all, you're at lunch, okay? All right? There should be some eating. And if they're on the phone while ordering is going on, just go ahead and order without them. They know what you came here to do. They know that you came here to have lunch. What was the other time? I was invited to lunch in a friend's home. She took to a call. Right. At your friend's home, there's even more options while she's on the phone. Some people take invitations very casually. And if you're not one of those people, I'm not one of those people. So I let people know. When they invite me, I ask for the set of expectations. So you're invited for anything. You invite me for anything, I need to have a set expectation so I know how to appropriately attend this invited event, okay? Brunch, lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever. I need to know all the information. So you can definitely have a conversation about phone usage during you all's dedicated time. That's what I like to call it. So that people understand I have stopped what I am doing in my whole life, because I can only be one place at a time. And you asked me to be here, and I am here. I'm here. I am present and accounted for. I would like some reciprocity. Okay? And if the people that you enjoy spending time with cannot honor your requests, if they cannot honor your requests, that is fine. You just need better settings with these people. Settings where you have not stopped what you're doing, right? You need to invite them over when you're doing something else. So while you're writing your thesis, invite them over so they can sit there on the phone and you can be writing your thesis, and then you get to count that as quality time between you all, because that's okay with them. And it lets you know what level of commitment and what amount of energy this person, excuse me, outside. I'm doing a video. It lets you know what amount of energy that is going to be reciprocated. So if you're the kind of person that indulges in reciprocity, then it is imperative to know how they're coming in. They coming in hot, okay? You can go in hot. But if they lukewarm than a motherfucker, then you can just go on lukewarm it. We can just go on lukewarm it. We can have group, you and that friend and the other friend who likes to be on the phone during dedicated time. You all need to have time together, and maybe they'll either tandem phone, so you'll have one person talk to while the other person's on the phone, or they'll both be on the phone, and maybe you have some calls that you need to make, and then you can all be on the phone together, but it still counts. Like when you all leave, you haven't caught up, you still don't know what's going on with each other, you haven't talked to one another, but talking is involved. Another thing you could do is this is what I used to do with my dad. He'd be on the phone and I would act like I'm on the phone too. Like sometimes it would be, like he's on the phone. He doesn't know that I'm involved in the conversation because I'm just, answering I'm just saying something in response to what he's saying, or I said something and he responded. Sometimes it made sense, sometimes it didn't, because I didn't really know what was going on. You know what I mean? You could do that. But let the person know, like you can literally engage a person on the phone. And you can, while they're on the phone, like unless they're in like, I just can't imagine being at lunch with someone and they're on a casual conversation that they could be on later by my estimation. But I don't know. I mean, they may be speaking casually, but the other person on the phone may be, in the middle of a crisis, and they're doing crisis management. I don't know. But I can't imagine I don't even have to try to imagine it. I know that I have been in other people's presence and they're on the phone, and I've given the grace of we in the middle of something, what's going on, and then I start engaging the person on the phone. Like, so I'm gonna sit here, like, that's what I'm saying. You chose to sit there silently and awkwardly. And it doesn't have to be silent and awkward. You can literally be like, how important is this phone call? How long is this phone call gonna be? Are you gonna be on the phone much longer? Do you know that we're at lunch? There are all kinds of options available to you. And but the first option is definitely you can shift a little bit for you. Right? Like, you don't have to sit awkwardly anywhere. We always have the option of literally saying what we need to say, right? And if you can't muster it any other way but rude, unfortunately, you're gonna have to be rude until you figure out how to not be rude. And one of the best ways to figure out how to not be rude is the feedback from the person you're being rude to. Okay? They'll let you know immediately what you could have said. If they're anything like everybody I know in my whole life, when you're rude to them, they immediately let you know what you could have done instead. First of all, you don't have to talk to me like that. You could have just said, you see? They give you a script. They give you the play-by-play. So next time you're at lunch with old girl and she on the phone, you can either start engaging in the conversation, or you could just, before you at the hostess table, okay? You gonna be on your phone today? You know what I mean? You can just give a quick question, just so you can set your expectations. When the next time she invites you, you can say that. Hey, Qadriyyah, you want to go to lunch at this wonderful restaurant? Are you gonna be on your phone, or are we gonna actually have lunch this time? That is very easy. I don't know. See, I'm still working, because when I learned I'm passive aggressive, I be trying to figure out, is that passive aggressive? What I just did? Because I feel like that is direct. I feel like I'm directly stating that I have a problem with you being on your phone while we at lunch. But I'm coming to find out that's passive aggressive. I think I'm supposed to say it. I don't even know how am I supposed to say it. Oh, that's what it is. Instead of being like, well, are you gonna be on your phone the whole time again while we do lunch, or are we gonna be doing lunch this time and actually catching up and talking to each other, and engaging with one another? I think that's the passive aggressive. I think what's not passive aggressive is, last time we went to lunch and you was on your phone, I really didn't appreciate it. It made me feel like you think I'm dull. And, if we gonna do lunch, I would appreciate you dedicating this time and not being on the phone. And so if we can do it like that, I definitely accept the invitation. But if not, you need to let me know so I can adjust accordingly. See? Yeah. I just feel like maybe my passive aggressive tendencies are because I want things quick, fast, in a hurry, and I don't know how to make all of that quick, fast, in a hurry. But I guess we don't. I guess there's really no reason to be quick, fast, in a hurry all the time. I ain't gotta be quick with it all the time. Okay, I can slow it down a little bit. All right, y'all. I think we successfully covered, as many bases we can cover in a reasonable amount of time. So this was fun. I love these Miss Manners. I'm gonna switch it up because you know how I do. But we definitely add in Miss Manners to the rosters. So far we got Dear Abby. What's the other one? Dear Amy. I think there's another A. Dear. I can't remember right now. But now we added Miss Manners and Am I the Asshole from Reddit. So we got some choices, y'all. We got some choices. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Much success to us all.